So hi again. In the last video we have seen that we had made a question vector out of the Google News vector and an answer vector with the help of means by applying a for loop, and then we had created a h5 file which would contain this both things, means question vector and an image vector, answer vector, sorry. The dimension of this would be none comma 21 comma 300, as we have decided that 21 should be the maximum length of the question and 300 is the dimension of the each of the word, right? And answer would be of type none comma bus 1, not 1 but simple. Okay, so this is the thing we have done in the last video. Now what we had not done was the pre-processing part of the image. So now our main concern would be the pre-processing part of the image and then combining image plus the question vector to form the independent variable as termed in supervised learning, and answering to form as the output vector, right? This is the thing. So now first of all the thing is, I have an empty slide here. So first of all, for image processing, the first thing is to bring it to a appropriate scale. So in the paper which I will be going to show you, not paper, the slides which I will going to show you, as well as in the papers, first of all what they have done is taken and resize it to 448 by 448 by 1. This is the resizing shape, means no pre-processing have been done, only the resizing part has been captured here. And then by applying some functions, they have scaled it down to 14 by 14 by some 512, means 14 by 14 and 512 channels. So if we calculate, suppose if I just reshape it into 196 by 512, means this 14 by 14 represents this part, right? Image of 14 by 14, and this is this, and in the third dimension it is 512. So 0, so let me name this region. This is 1 2 3 4 up to this will be 195. So what I have done is reshaped it. So this each of 196 dimension would represent the 32 by 32 pixel vector of this. How did I come to this conclusion? Just wait a minute. Divide 448, means do the calculation like this. This would come out to be 32 by 32. So each of the region of this 196 represents the 32 by 32 pixel of this original image vector. So by bringing this to 14 by 14 by 512, we have done the image processing part, and I will show you this in the slides as well. So here is the reference which I am going to see. Use VGGNet, means the function which will be going to use is VGGNet, and rescale it to 448, means don't apply any pre-processing, just rescale it into this, and then convert this into 14 by 14 by 512. Extract the feature from the last polling layer, which I will show you in the code what they are meant to say, and then each feature would represent this 32 by 32 pixel. And now since this have been, now we know that the, just a second, now the dimension has been reduced to means none comma 196 comma 512, and the question had the dimension none comma 21 comma 300. So we need to make this of the same size. That is what they are talking. Transform vectors to match the dimension of the question vector, right? So this is the thing. By applying the dense networks, I have managed to get a size of, by converting 196 by 512, right, into 21 comma 300 by applying some dense layers. I will show you in the code how I have done this. And now, since one thing to be noted here is this CNN and LSTMs are basically the feature extractors, right? So this would bring down the whole content into smaller dimension, in which each of this content would represent the feature of the corresponding dimension. As for an example, what I meant to say is this 196, each of this 196 element represented the feature of 32 by 32 pixel. And how did we achieve it? By applying CNN. Similarly, in the case of LSTM, we would apply LSTM to the question vector, and we would get some shape which could be considered equivalent to this. What I meant to say is, suppose there is 21 by 300 dimensional image question vector, and if we apply the LSTM layers, we would get some something like this. So each of this region would represent some special SPATIL special feature of this original input vector. This is the thing the LSTMs and CNNs does. And then after passing the question vector through the LSTM, we would concatenate. Let me show you what we are doing. Sorry, it would create some confusion. Just a minute. This is the LSTM based model where we are passing the question to the LSTM, and now after which stage we have reached is, I'm sorry for the English. So we have made the dimension of the image to be 14 by 14 by 512, and we would pass the question through the LSTM, and we would get some dimension, right? And that dimension should match with this vector, image vector, because after having passed the image to the CNN and the question to the LSTM, here is the words that they have written: transform the vectors to match the dimension of the question vector, right? This is the main thing. We need to match the vectors of the images to that of the question vector. Sorry, I'm just confusing a bit. Having done this, what we would do is we would concatenate, since the dimension of image as well as the questions have been matched. Now what we will do is concatenate it, and after having concatenated it, we would pass it through some dense layers, and then final layer would be the softmax classification. This is the main thing. So in order to summarize what we have done, what I have done, I have not taken into account the attention layer. That is the main thing. And instead of taking the attention layer into account, what I have done is pass it through some of the dense layers. So in order to summarize the whole model making, take an image, pass it through VGG. The dimension would be 14 by 14 by 512. Take the question vector, pass it through some LSTM. The dimension would be this would be same, means the depth would be same. This would be somewhat different. So now we need to make the dimension of both this same, and this could be achieved by passing through some dense layer, right? And then what we will do is concatenate both of this. Concatenate and then pass it through some dense layers, and final layer would be the softmax activation function, and we are done, right? So let me show you this in the code, and then we would be done, and then we would see the result. See, here is the part making the model. This does not see, yeah, part 2 can be seen when you are free, but part 3 is more important according to me. So see, I have taken the VGG net and extracted the last layer out of it as mentioned in the slide, which would give me 14 by 14 by 512, and then I have made a model out of it. And the model of VGG should not be trainable. And then this is the feature that I have been extracted, and this part is useful for matching the dimension of that to that of the question, this part. And this would also set I will back propagate it so that it would be more accurate in predicting the answers. And this was the h5 file, and this is the loading of the data, reshaping. And then this is the part creating a model. So for matching the dimension of the image to that of the question, this is the thing. And this was the LSTM that I had talked about, and then the concatenation part has been discussed here. And 476 is the total number of unique answers that were present in the gene set, hence the answer 476, and I mentioned here. So this is the thing, 21 by 300 dimensional vector question, 21 by 300, 21 by 300, and then passing, concatenating and making the model out of it. And epochs, yeah, batch size, yeah. And here are some of the results of it. Is there any floral effusion? Actual answer is no. This is predicting yes, because this was due to the fact that I did not take into account retention layer, right? And yeah, sometimes some images are captured, means the answers are correct. Is the heart size abnormal? Actual answer is no. Predicted answer is also no. And is the heart enlarged? No. So this was the thing that I wanted to discuss, and this was the end of the paper, my project. Thanks for watching.